Just to give you all a brief perspective about my association with CleverTap, goes back 9 years ago from now. Been there, done that kind of a situation with the CleverTap folks. Uh, Apart from that, uh, I started to use CleverTap when back in 9 years ago, when I was working with a company called Book My Show, which is the leading entertainment ticketing platform out here in India. So it's been a great learning curve, and I'm privileged to have been invited for these sessions. And it doesn't only mean one-way knowledge sharing, but also gives me a scope to learn more and get more perspectives from the audiences as well. So let's carry on. Right now, I'm working with a company called Sony Live, which is the first video on demand service. We were the first OTT platform, so to say, in India, which is over the top. Many of you folks would be wondering, what is over the top. So let me just clear that nomenclature for you folks. Over the top means we are the generation that get content directly from the broadcaster without having to go through the hassles of cabling and network. It directly bypasses the network cords and delivers content right on your handset. Some of the prominent examples that we all are aware of are Netflix, Amazon Prime, and obviously Sony Live now. We've got 100 million app downloads so far, and we've been the first among the competition to provide original and unique content online. And we've been so we would take pride in calling ourselves the first mover in the OTT space to be enabling exclusive Indian series to our to our audiences out here in India. This session, let me just give you guys some input on what is it and how is it that we are using CleverTap for our business, right? So we not only so CleverTap is primarily known for its super engagement in real time, but having said that, I just wanted to add this little bit of other perspective to the data insights that we at Sony Live use CleverTap for, right? So there are the three teams which are primarily using CleverTap, which is the product management team, the marketing and growth, obviously, and leadership. Now, there are various stages across our organization where we use CleverTap. The first one being marketing and growth. Let me cover that in brief. Marketing analytics, what is it? So CleverTap really enables flow of data in real time and also helps us call out and make some sense out of the viewership pattern of a consumer. So it helps us know what are the marketing insights that we can derive out of the viewership pattern of a consumer. What is the session time? Is the consumer happy with our engagement ratio? Is the consumer uninstalling real time? By the way, is glad to let all know that CleverTap has introduced real time uninstall as a major component of their product feature. And obviously, there's an entire galore of workflows that we've designed in order to engage across our consumer into various buckets using the RFM model. Our product management team uses CleverTap for designing the A/B test and knowing the user experience. Let me just take you back in time about a very prominent case in point that we did use CleverTap for back when I was working in Book My Show. We did our product team there came up with an analysis that whether should a button be red in color and what should be the size of a book now button, wherein we have to shell out, we had to ensure as a marketing team out there in Book My Show that we were about that the consumer needs to pay for every ticket that he buys on our platform. It was a difficult task. Rather than just engaging with the consumer, we had to ensure that meaningful insights and meaningful communication is getting delivered to our consumers real time. So that was one of the primary cases where in Book My Show we were using CleverTap for. It just helped us know that when we increased the size of a book now, or a call to action called book now, when we increased the size by 30% of that button, we saw a direct lift of 2x into our conversion ratio. So that was one of the real good, insightful analysis and top of the mind recall experiences by the product management team at Book My Show. Back here in Sony Live, because we are an OTT platform and we are majorly into the business of providing content to our consumers right on their handset, we majorly use it for real-time behavior analytics and to know where is it that the consumer is dropping off. Let me give you an example. While a person was launching the app, we saw that there are 30% of our consumers who are actually launching the app, but aren't being able to watch or aren't engaging with any form of content. Sounds strange, doesn't it? We also found it really strange, and we decided to pass this feedback to our product management team, who in turn worked with the tech team to sort all the gaps and ensure that we are delivering a seamless experience for our consumer. That when a consumer was launching the app, we discovered that the app was crashing. Now, why the app was crashing? It was working fine across handsets. but there was a particular handset model where it was, so a lot of you folks would be aware, or let me just pass this on as an information, saying that CleverTap also helps me dig out at a device level experience of a user. It helps us know what kind of devices are being used across what experiences, across what consumer segments, across what viewing pattern. We decided that let us bifurcate the data using pivots, which obviously I will take you through into another on another slide. I will be talking in depth about the pivot feature of CleverTap. But we saw that in a particular variant of Samsung handset, we were seeing that there were a lot of applications which were crashing. When a user used to launch the app, it used to crash, and which is why it resulted in that 30% consumers not going ahead and engaging with our content piece. So this was one of the real-time use cases that we discovered recently, for which we use CleverTap in real time to ensure that our product or our technical experiences and technical use cases at a product level are being sorted and being delivered right to the consumer at his handset. Talking about the leadership team, we use CleverTap to meet our real-time business objectives. So say, for example, the marketing team is actually using this to deliver real-time engagement for a user. Say, for example, you folks have come in onto the platform and those consumers have not been able to watch a particular content or have dropped midway, right? We saw that there was 40 to 50% people who always engage with that particular content, but have not been able to go beyond a 30% or 40% of view time. Now this in the RFM segmentation are my loyalists. We term them as loyalists onto our platform. Again, a strange find, but yes, CleverTap to the rescue again. The leadership team decided to take a call on such features, and we were able to figure out that 30 to 40% people who were engaging, our send time optimization wasn't enabled. Whereas the bucket of spray paint doesn't really work. So apart from that, CleverTap also helps me define what is being my revenue by the hour, what is being my engagement metric by the hour. This is some metric that we have laid for that we put down for ourselves in a dashboard format and delivered right to the senior management team, which is the leadership team. And it really helps us know that how and where is it that my real-time KPIs can be achieved, right? There is very little merit in going behind a consumer the next day, whereas we've seen that there are 50% of our consumers have actually got the potential to convert if we are engaging with them real time. So this helps us solve our app updates, user analytics, tie in the entire experience in a campaign journey and deliver it right in a seamless format to the user at his handset. So as I told you, primary use cases of data and analytics at Sony Live. So what we've observed here is we've broken down the usage or the prime use cases. So there's an entire world that CleverTap can deliver. Having said that, all the features may not be of a primary importance to a particular business, but for us, we've broken them down into three segments: acquisition, acquire, which essentially means acquiring the consumer; engagement, which essentially means after acquisition, we engage with the consumer, we deliver real-time relevant content metric to the consumer. After that, it's all about retention and ensuring that a user is coming back and the health ratio of our of our new consumers is maintained, and we keep chasing those metrics to ensure a healthy active to inactive ratio for our consumers. So primary use cases of data and analytics is being broken down into these three segments. Okay, let me come across to a feature that I was talking to you, and it's perhaps the most used, abused feature, or perhaps the most important feature in our day-to-day lives, which is CleverTap pivots. Now, what does CleverTap pivot do? At Sony Live, let me just give you across an example. You may be an English language watcher, but within that English language, you may be watching action movies or action web series at a particular time. What does pivot essentially do? It breaks data into clusters, helps me or helps us rather to use the day part analysis to stay on top of our viewing trends. Within this, let me give you an example. Within this, how is it that I can deliver real-time experiences? I can break the user experience and deliver the most relevant content piece, or the most relevant viewing pattern of a consumer is broken down and delivered to the consumer. So say, for example, I would have a pattern of watching or consuming content on the app in the night. Meredith would have a pattern of consuming content right in the morning, right? But I am implementing a campaign during the day. essentially means pivots help me define the character of a consumer by going down into the skin of the consumer, and helps me actually know that my communication would make a lot more sense from an engagement perspective. My communication would make a lot more sense from an optimization perspective to Meredith in the morning, to Manish in the evening. Now, that is how we use pivots across rather than just spraying across a campaign and coming out with an analysis saying that campaign didn't work. Campaign could have worked if you would have put some science, which is readily available on the tool that you're using right now. Okay, let me tell you that you've done a campaign. You have seen that, okay, this is 1%, 2%, 3% CTRs. How much of it has really been effective in driving the end KPI of a consumer? Right, as a business we are all in the rut of chasing KPIs, measuring them, achieving them, and going out there and shouting saying that we have done a good job by the end of the day. Now, what is more important for us is a session duration of a consumer. We may throw across several campaigns, get the user to launch a particular app or launch our app and come onto our platform, but the relevancy or the effectiveness of that content piece or effectiveness of that communication is only defined by a session duration in an OTT world. If I have a content on my platform for 1 hour, and if I'm only able to get a user for 3 to 4 minutes or perhaps for 10 minutes, that's only a 10% job that I've done. And that has been a miserable job. It's been a miserable journey for a consumer because I have got 1 hour of content and the users only ended up consuming 10 minutes of that, or 3 to 4 or 10 minutes or whatever, minutes of content for that matter. What we do here is we actually benchmark every campaign with our average session duration. And then we see that whether the campaign has done good or bad. Not saying that CTRs aren't relevant. In fact, the more CTRs you get only means that the content has been received well by, that your communication has been received well by the audience. But when a person engages with that content, the content really needs to excite the consumer to stay on for long onto your app. Now, that is how we define the session duration at Sony Live. This also helps us in achieving two objectives, which is crucial for any content platform that is out there doing business today. One is retaining the AVOD consumer. That is, if you are a free consumer, AVOD means advertising video on demand, and SVOD means subscription video on demand. So we have two buckets of consumers, right? One is watching the content for free and doesn't mind that if I'm serving him advertisements in between. That essentially means an AVOD consumer. However, the bang for buck really lies in following a subscription model these days, wherein if I have been able to convert a AVOD consumer into an SVOD consumer, that is where we actually see some sense for our business doing well. Just to give you an example, we've been, off late, we've come up with this web series called Scam, right? It's based out of a financial scam which took place in the year 1992. It's a real life story. It's been doing really well for us. However, we have seen approximately 140% jump in our conversions purely by encouraging the AVOD consumers who've consumed the first episode, which is out there for all the consumers to be consumed for free. We've been actually able to convert an AVOD consumer who has seen the first episode for free by telling them to buy a subscription and consume the entire series. Now, that is how we mention, or that is how we measure the content effectiveness on our platform. So guys, there was some information and insights that I had to share. I am hopeful that I've been able to pass on some meaningful information to you guys